Thank you for joining us in this next part of the Jack Project series. In this video, we will be designing a Circlip, starting with a sketch and dimensioning it, and including mirror entities in the sketch. Thereafter, we will extrude with a boss base feature and configure and add different dimensions. If you would like to learn this and more, contact us for more information about our training sessions.
So there are two parts like this that are in our final assembly. In other words, two configurations. This is the one with an inner diameter of 16 millimeters, and this is the second one with an inner diameter of 8 millimeters. So we will be designing the larger one first, and then we will make a configuration from that so that it can be in one part file, just with different dimensions. So when we start with the sketch for this part, we obviously again need to be strategic about the way that we do our sketch. So this will be on a vertical plane, preferably the front plane. The origin will be over here, and we will be making use of a center line running through the middle so that we can do our relevant dimensions. And the center points of these arcs are going to be on the origin. So let's go ahead and do that. So again, selecting our template, custom template that we created earlier, sketching on the front plane. Okay, I will select a center point arc, which is the first option from the arc sketch entity here. My first click will be on the origin for the center point of this arc. I will click to the left for the first endpoint and to the right over there. And again, a second arc over there. Don't worry about where the endpoints are right now. As we add in our dimensions, they will pull themselves into the correct position. Right, from here, using my right click on my mouse and swiping to the left, selecting my line tool, I will connect this endpoint to a vertical line upwards, horizontal line to the left, and you'll see that I made use of these dotted lines to make sure that I'm in line with the end point of this arc over here. So the largest dimension over here is this diameter 30 for the outer arc. So although it's listed as a diameter over here, in our actual sketch we will need to insert it as a radius because of the nature of this arc. So selecting this arc, that radius will then be 15. Remember, your first dimension on your sketch scales the rest of the sketch. This is why I added the largest one first. Thereafter, I can add this 6 millimeter on that length over there. This was a radius of 8 for a diameter 16. And then from here, I am going to add in a center line. So right-clicking and swiping to the left for my line tool, ticking the box that says for construction because I'd like a center line. And now from the origin, I will draw a vertical line upwards. Okay, I would like to dimension between this vertical line over here and the center point, the center line. You'll see in our instructions over here, there is a diameter 6 gap across the center line over there. So that's what we're doing now. So moving my mouse past the center line so I get a double dimension. That is 6 millimeters there as well. And then the height of this line from the origin is this dimension over here, 12 plus 3, all the way to the top. So that is 15. So from there to there is 15. Okay, we're almost there. Now I'm going to right click and swipe to the right for my circle tool and insert this over here. That was a diameter of 4 with a height from the origin of 12 and a center distance across the center line of 12. So again, making use of that center line to give us a double dimension across. Okay, now we can go ahead and select the entities that we want to copy, so that will be the circle, these 3 lines, and mirror that across the center line. So you can click and control select each of them individually one by one, or you can do this, which is to left click and swipe towards your left, and you'll see this green box will appear. What will happen is all the entities that are partially or completely within this box will be selected. So I've got the center line, I've got those 3 straight lines and the circle. I also have this arc over here which I don't want to include. I can simply unselect it by holding control and clicking on the arc to unselect it. So only the blue entities are included. So I've included the center line over there, so clicking on mirror entities will automatically produce the result that I want, which is the copy of the straight lines, the 3 straight lines and the circle on the other side. Right, from here, to close these arcs over here, I will under trim entities, expand that menu and click on extend entities. Click on one arc to extend it and click on the second arc to extend that too. Now our shape is complete, our sketch is complete, and we can do our boss extrude. So clicking on the features tab, going to extruded boss face. This was a thickness of 1 millimeter over here. So let's include that here, 1 millimeter. And that is a blind extrude. We can see the preview and that looks good. The last thing we need to do is add the fillets. The fillets are radius 1 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 corners. So let's go and add those in as well. On the features tab, going to fillet. We want a radius of 1 millimeter, and we can go and select those edges now. So I'm zooming in slightly so that I can see well enough, and I can select those edges. Even if you can't see the edge directly, you can actually click through a surface and it will highlight orange. So that's 4 so far. That is 5, 6, 7, and 8. And there we have it. I can click OK on that, and the first configuration is done. Now what I will do is, in the configuration manager, clicking on that default, I can copy and paste to create a new configuration. This one that we have just made, I will rename it. This I will call dim 16 because the inner diameter of this is 16, and the copy that we are going to edit now to make it smaller is going to be dim 8 because the inner diameter is a diameter of 8. Okay, so popping back to the feature tree, I can see my fillet and everything is over here. I'm actually first going to edit the fillet and change this dimension for this configuration only. And I'd just like to halve this. So I know that half of 1 is 0.5, but if it was a bit more of a complicated number, I can actually type in this dimension box over here, a slash for divide and a number 2, in other words, divide by 2. When I press enter, it will calculate it for me and include it there. Then I can click OK on that and continue to edit the rest of the sketch. So now editing the sketch of that boss extrude, remember we're on the smaller configuration. If we have a look at the sketch, so this is the sketch, the instructions of the larger Circlip, and this is the instructions of the smaller one. And what you'll notice is that all of the dimensions are literally just halved. So instead of 30 and 16, we have 15 and 8. We have 3s across the top instead of 6s. So for all of these dimensions, we will do exactly the same thing as what we did for the thickness of the boss extrude. But be careful of the order that you do it in, because sometimes it can actually distort your sketch and it will cause some errors. So let us start with this inner radius over here. I want to change that to this configuration. divide 2 and enter, and you'll see that inner arc will become a little bit smaller. Let's do those circles as well. Make sure to select this configuration, divide and 2, and those holes have now become smaller. This gap over here of 6, let's halve that. Okay, the length of these tabs over here, let's halve that. Okay, the center distance over here as well, let's go and halve that. And then the distance from the origin to that center point, divide by 2. Write the height over here of these tabs for this configuration, divide by 2. And lastly, this outer diameter over here, or rather the outer radius, divide by 2. And once you zoom in, you'll see that it looks exactly the same as the previous sketch that we've done, but the scale is smaller. The dimensions themselves have moved a bit further out because we've minimized the sketch itself. It's not necessary to move the dimensions unless you want to neaten it up a little bit more. But as long as everything is still visible and you're happy with the sketch, we can then save and exit the sketch. And the last thing to adjust is the thickness. The thickness as well has been halved. So editing the feature, we can change that and divide by 2. And there we have it. So now we have 2 configurations within the same part file, one with an inner diameter of 16 and one with an inner diameter of 8. So inserting these different configurations into the assembly will be easy because we can actually select the configurations on insertion. And that brings us to the end of this video, so stay tuned to see future videos of all of the other parts that are involved within the assembly and how to create them as well.